Doofy McButterscotch back again to give you some of the James Bond reviews. Now, I'm actually a real big James Bond fan. I have seen every single James Bond film that's out there, even the newest ones. But let's get started on Die Another Day. Now, this is the film that got me really into the James Bond films. This is because before I'd watch Goldfinger and all that stuff, but I didn't really watch them as James Bond films. They were just kind of like, I just watched them as they were movies, but I watched them again because I was a James Bond fan. But enough of me doing that stuff. Die Another Day. Now, that was a pretty good film. That had John Cleese, who is personally my favorite Q of all time. I got a video game that was called something. If I can remember it before the video's done, I'll say what it was. But yeah, Die Another Day, that was a really good James Bond film. They're all really good. They're pretty similar, but this one had a lot of gadgets. Pierce Brosnan, one of my favorite James Bonds of all time. He's just great. And James Bond films are just awesome. World Is Not Enough. That was a pretty good one too. It was all about Renard, who had a bunch of superpowers, or just one superpower, the super strength. And yeah, all the James Bond films, I could just go on and on and on about how awesome they are, but I'm really going to condense it, because James Bond films, they're just cool. They're just good. GoldenEye, surprisingly my least favorite Pierce Brosnan James Bond flick. I know a lot of people might think the opposite, but I wasn't really into the GoldenEye. But don't get me wrong, a bad James Bond film is still a super awesome action flick. Tomorrow Never Dies. That was another really, really good one. It was all about a television maniac trying to cause a national disaster. Yeah, I went through them real fast because James Bond speaks for himself. I don't want to ruin the plot, but if you haven't seen the James Bond films, you gotta watch them if you're into that sort of thing. They are must-watches. I've seen all of them. Every single one of them. Then you've got Dante's Peak. Now, this one's all about a volcano. And it's about Pierce Brosnan, who's trying to get everyone away from the volcano before it erupts and kills everybody. It's a pretty good action film. It's got some good acting. I would recommend it for everyone who is a volcano maniac who wants to watch every movie about a volcano. You definitely have to see Dante's Peak, along with Volcano on Tommy Lee Jones' list. We'll get to that one later. But yeah, it's a pretty good one. Totally good. Then you've got the Thomas Crown Affair. Now, this one kind of sucks a little bit. Not as much as the original. The original one was way worse. They made it a little bit better. It's really cheesy. It's basically James Bond without any of the cool gadgets and a worse and more annoying attitude. Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer film. And when I watched it, I was greatly disappointed. Greatly. Then you got Mars Attacks. I really liked this film. It was pretty funny. It had a whole bunch of stars in it. A shitload of stars in it. It was really good. Had a lot of stuff in it. I would recommend it for anyone who wants to watch space movies. It's a goodie, but not the best. There are funnier movies out there. The Mirror Has Two Faces. I awkwardly liked this one. It's about James, or the Jeff Bridges guy, he basically he wants to get into a relationship with an unattractive woman, so he doesn't ruin the relationship with sex. The unattractive woman is Barbara Streisand when she's out of her prime, so it's a little bit different. Usually these love movies have an attractive guy and an attractive woman, and this is a good change of pace to have an old guy going after an unattractive woman. I mean, it's different. I liked it. I thought it was pretty nice. It got on my radar. I give it a thumbs up, 'cause it's original. The Lawnmower Man. Now this one was really different. It's about a lawnmower man. No, not really. I don't think it has anything to do with a lawnmower or anything. There's some real doofy guy that I think mows the lawn, and Pierce Brosnan wants to make him undoofy. What? And it messes him up. It makes him into a psychopath. And the rest speaks for itself. It's pretty good, but it was made in 1992, so the effects are a little bit cheesy. But anyway, that's Pierce Brosnan films. What do I think of Pierce Brosnan? I like him. He's pretty good. He's got a unique face. He's got some good acting. There are better actors out there. I really liked him as James Bond. I thought he was one of the best. But yeah, Pierce Brosnan is the man. Okay. Steve Buscemi, the very last actor on this page. We'll have to flip it next time. Armageddon, we did that one already. Con Air. Now this one, it's pretty good. It's got Nicolas Cage in it. And it's all about a prison escape. Ooh, prison escape movies are usually pretty good, and this one definitely follows the qualifications of being a good prison film. It's all about a whole bunch of prisoners breaking out, and it is absolutely awesome. It is one of the best movies that you can get in the action genre. I don't want to ruin anything because it's a really good movie, and if you haven't seen it, you have to see it. Con Air. It's awesome. Then you got Pulp Fiction. Oh, here we go. Now this film doesn't really... I watched this a while ago, so I can't really tell you the plot, and I'm pretty sure it's real complicated, so even if I tried to explain it, might get a little all over the place. But yeah, Pulp Fiction. I think it's, from what I've seen, it's pretty good. And if you haven't seen it, well, damn, you gotta see it. People talk about it all the time. But spoiler alert, it has nothing to do with pulp. You're not gonna find any pulp in this movie. So if you came here for the pulp, you're gonna be disappointed. Next time, we're going to do the review for Mr. Deeds. Yeah! And we'll flip the page and see who the other actors are. So until next time, see ya!